Pull trigger. Pull trigger. Whoa. Oh, welcome back to the boat gang. All right, we got a new boat. Okay, I've been waiting on this boat for about a month now. The guy who made this boat, he did a custom layup for me. Okay, model ships AHOY. All right, it's a 21-inch catamaran, and I'm really excited to get into this box. I've been looking at this boat for about a year now, maybe even longer. The bottom of this boat really intrigues me. Okay, so I'm real excited to get into the package. It's actually the same eBay vendor, same boat builder, model boat builder that put together this little 13-inch hydroplane, which is available on his site. I'm working on the paint job right now. It's actually turning out pretty cool, man. Something different, you know. On his site, he's got some scale boats. He's got like a 44-inch fiberglass canard, hydroplane style boat. You got small hydroplanes, some big ones, flat bottom drag boats, battleships. Pretty cool assortment of boats that he has put together. So let's get it, man. I'm super excited. All right, I'll have a link in the description for the boat. Stick around. Big B, Wood Ironclad RC. Like I said, you guys, I'm super duper excited about this boat right here. Yeah, he's got it like wrapped up pretty good here, but let's see what's in it. Super duper excited. Planning on doing a twin motor if possible. It's a small catamaran, 21 inches, okay, and we'll actually put it up against the Miss Geico 17 just kind of for reference for you guys, because that's a common boat. Hopefully I can do twin motor. If not, I might just do single motor, but I really got it for a twin motor. The bottom, like I said, is really interesting on it, and I hope we have enough room to put a stinger under the overhang on this boat. That's the only thing worrying me about a twin motor. If we don't have enough room for a stinger, we might just run some brass tubes right out the transom, be cheap, quick, and it should work. Ooh, should work. Oh man, it's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. 21 inches. All right, so this is what we got. Okay, nice. Oh, I'm freaking stoked. It's fiberglass. Holes are built heavy duty. You know what I'm saying? Made in the United States. Support local builders. You know what I mean? Oh man. Oh, that looks good, you guys. All right, let's get the hatch out of here. Oh, that looks sweet. Looks pretty good. All right, I can't wait to take a look at this thing, man. We'll put it on the tabletop and kind of get a feel for the bottom. I'll show you guys the bottom real quick in detail, in depth. Just a plain Jane hatch, no louvers or anything fancy. And we'll need to fit the hatch, which is common for a hand-built boat. Oh, that's a sweet looking little ride. Come on. Yes, sir. Long and like narrow. For its size, it's actually pretty narrow. And that's one of the many reasons that drew me to this boat. It's not a finished hull. You got to paint it. You know what I'm saying? You got to sand the seam down. It's not a finished hull. And a lot of his hulls that he sells, it's actually a top side, a bottom, and a hatch. You actually have to join them yourself. Like this little guy right here, it needed to be joined. This one right here, I think, is one of the few that he joins at his workshop. A little pencil seam. You won't even see it once you get it all sanded out. All right, the hatch fits okay. I unpackaged it, and I actually made the hatch fit just now. I'm not even gonna lie. It was the hatch was a little bit bigger than the hatch opening, so I basically one thing that drives me crazy about a boat is a hatch that doesn't fit. When you put it on there and it slides off, it drives me nuts. That's like the first thing that I do. And he actually did an okay job. I just had a little bit of sanding. I actually heated up this corner right here with my blowtorch and just kind of bent it down so it makes contact with the hull. But other than that, I think the boat looks great. It's all fiberglass, okay, inside and out. I think it looks like it's a double layup, if I had to guess. You can see where he joined the top side and bottom side right here, okay. You can see the adhesive. All right, you guys see that? It's actually kind of heavy for its size. It's I actually just measured it. It's 21 inches long. I think seven and a half wide. Let's see if I can do this with one hand here. 7 inches wide, give or take. 7 inches wide, 21 inches from tip to stern. Okay. So I got my scale kind of ready right here. Let's check the weight of it. I'm gonna actually reduce the weight before I put anything in the boat. So it's 868 grams. So that's not too bad. Actually not too bad. As you can see, right here is your main ride surfaces. All right, main ride surfaces right here. Let me grab a ruler. I'm actually interested in this. I hadn't done this yet. It's your main ride surface, okay, and they actually have just maybe a half a degree or so dead rise, not completely flat. Let's see, a little bit of dead rise on the middle ones, okay, and then the forward, it has actually the most dead rise. So you got your main ride pad right here that has about a degree or so, maybe a degree and a half dead rise all the way up. It gets a little bit more aggressive up forward. And then you have some more dead rise right here, almost like a little non-trip, you know. It's going to help it not trip over itself in a turn. I think it's going to perform great. On the outside right here, you've got a spray rail, okay, strake, basically a spray rail right here. That's basically going to divert water down and lift the boat, okay. I think this right here is actually the reason I bought the freaking boat. I wanted to see what it did with this extra dead rise right here, okay, and the spray rail. It just looks so interesting to me, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to be able to fit a stinger back here. I was going to try to do a 4mm, 80mm long, low profile stinger, and I don't think it'll fit. Actually, now that I have the boat, I know it won't fit. So we'll probably run just a brass stuffing tube out the back for our stinger, okay? Which we could actually probably do some custom work and make us use a little strut or a stinger and have a through hull bracket where you can adjust it through the hull. But I think I might just go brass stuffing tube, maybe with a stainless steel outer tube to keep it straight, and we could still put some bends in it. Yeah, and check this out. I didn't even know this. This is awesome. This is why I say there's a lot of thought put into this. Right here, you guys see that convex center section right there? Okay, it starts about right here. It starts to get, you know, really bubbleless, okay, and it starts flattening out about right here. Okay, it starts flattening out right there. All right, that's basically it's somewhat like a diffuser, okay? What that bubble does is it slows the air down that goes through the tunnel, okay? And then it flattens out back here and it speeds the air up, you know? Kind of aerodynamic, you know what I mean? As well as hydrodynamic. But you guys see this right here? You see these, see the steps, how they're curved right here, okay? They use this design on one-to-one boats, all right? They use this curved design instead of it just being flat. Okay, it actually allows air to get sucked in under the step. You feel me? Sucked in under the step, so the boat, so it gets aired out. That's the reason you have steps on a hull. Okay, it creates air under the hull, so there's less in contact with the water, like it's riding on a cushion of air. And those curved angled steps right there allows air under the hull. Okay, I think there was a lot of thought put into it. I got the boat on the flat top here. Okay, that one's touching, that one's touching, and that one's touching. And if you'll notice, nothing but the back like millimeter on the ride pad is touching the surface. Okay, less hull in contact with the water. With a long enough stinger back here at the at the right angle. Okay, she's a little bow heavy. She wants to like, she's a little bow heavy. You know what I mean? She's kind of built like a tank up here. But that's fine. We need the weight up forward on a catamaran. That's fine with me. With the right angle on our strut, or stinger, I guess, she ought to float across the water. Twin motor, okay? So now that I have the boat, I can kind of like throw a couple little electronics in here and just kind of feel out what I want to put in the boat here. This is just 2 motors I have laying around. All my little motors are in boats, but this is a 380. It's kind of what it looks like in here. Alright, so that would basically be a 28 series motor. You know, I think this is a 2848 if I'm not mistaken. This is a 2958. I don't think I'm going to go that big. I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. So okay. I think I'm going to go 28 series or 380. Hell, 2 Traxxas motors would be great in here. 4,000 kV, or, you know, probably do 3,000 kV in this little boat. Run the boat on 4S. You know, have an ESC here, an ESC here. Probably do a servo like right in there with a center mounted rudder. I'm thinking 66 to 75 millimeter rudder, center mounted, with a probably, it's a small boat, and I don't think I'm going to be able to run like a 38 millimeter prop. Probably run in the neighborhood of a 30 to 36 millimeter prop. The reason I say that, those are common 8th prop sizes, 30 to 36. Okay, 8th bore. 4 millimeter bore, you're going to run into 34 to 38 millimeter prop for 4 millimeter bore, and 3/16 is basically 36 to, you know, on up. But 8th might be the trick on this little guy. 8th with a 0.130 cable. Okay, 0.130 cable. 8th, and it's actually going to be stepped up to a 4 millimeter shaft with a 0.130. So you would actually be able to run a 7/32 brass tube with the 4 millimeter step down 8th shaft. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably how I'm going to work it. Oh, it looks like a little freaking Zonda, you guys. It looks like a little Zonda, man. Oh, big shout out to Ships Ahoy, man. You guys, man, this is a boss little boat. I'm not even kidding, boys. I'm not even kidding, man. I love the bottom of this boat, man. I like that hump right here. Okay, that would actually give you a little bit of room to run a center mounted motor, single motor, you know what I mean? That little hump right there. I like how tall it is off the water. Okay, that hump's gonna, like I said, it's gonna slow the air down. I think they did a bang up job on this thing. I'm really gonna have to pay attention to dimensions. When you build a boat, you gotta do a lot of measuring. You need a feeler gauge, you know, measure, you know, before you make an order. That's why I hadn't ordered anything for this boat yet, and I'm kind of glad I did, because I probably would have went too small with everything. It's hard to find small catamarans. It really is, you know, and that's why this boat stood out to me. I like big boats. I like little boats too. But that's it beside the Miss Geico. You know what I mean? This is 21 and this is 17. You got a lot more room in this boat. You see how tall it is compared to the Miss Geico? Miss Geico's even got a rudder on it, so I got her sitting down. You know, she's real tall. She's real tall. And I like that, because you're going to be able to put some batteries, some ESCs, some motors in this thing, you know? We actually have 2 twin motor catamaran builds coming up here in the near future. This one's going to be first. Like I said, I've been looking at this boat for a year. Okay, and I had it on the build queue before this one arrived. This one right here, it's going to take a lot to get this one going. Okay, this is how a lot of these boats come: top side, bottom, and a hatch. So make sure you know what you're getting when you order from Ships Ahoy. Okay, because it's quite a bit of work joining the top side and the bottom. Yep. So within the month, in a couple months. All right, definitely check them out. Great product, reasonably priced. We'll see you guys next time. Big B, Ironclade RC.